Hi, it's another ArmedFro's battle versus InnerBeast from Asylum. Honestly, last time it was kind of rushed. My last video I uploaded, so I'm re-uploading it to make it a little better. This is a brand new team, but this amber pump, after this battle, I just realized it doesn't work for me. I don't know why. I'm not good with amber pump, so I'm gonna use another team. Well, obviously, I went for the fake out, I went for the U-turn. Who went U-turn first? It's kind of funny, and I just get the hell out of there, and actually it's kind of more of a scat out guy, but I don't know, I like more offensive leads, but meh. I go for a Will-O-Wisp just to get some residual damage off, and so this Regigigas is such, I didn't know Regigigas was such a beast. It kind of pissed me off, because, I mean, God. But anyways, this Regigigas is just like, I confuse you and I get out of here. And I'm like, okay, I'll Leech Seed. And no, I paralyzed. Who just doesn't like Jirachi and just like, meh, I paralyzed. So I get the trick off. I knew he needed to go attack move or trick, and I don't know, Arcanine doesn't do jack squat in this battle just because of the scarf, and it makes it completely useless. I go for the Will-O-Wisp again. I don't know why. I was kind of off with Arcanine. I wasn't feeling its mojo, and so my fluffy puppy was kind of useless. So I sent out my Shaman again. I knew he'd go for a T-Wave, because Natural Cure doesn't really affect Shaman that much. And so I just go for a Seed, just go to Elite Seed again. But of course, he's not as Jirachi, and Jirachi's like, bah! And I'm like, oh no, I'm paralyzed! And, so I just switch out again for the Arcanine, get Intimidate off, and, yeah, he goes for a U-turn, and he goes for a Dragonite. He actually predicted this pretty well. I went for the Will-O-Wisp, and because of he has Lump, this Arcanine, his Dragonite actually has Lumberry, so Burn doesn't do jack. So he actually, he doesn't, I don't know if he kills. No, he doesn't kill because my fluffy puppy's a beast. And I go for a Will-O-Wisp again, but of course, it doesn't affect him for anything. I know he'd go for a physical move or just go for a Fire Blast, but he went for a Fire Blast and hit Toguro. And it does actually good damage because my Toguro is defense bulky, not special defense bulky. So I go just get the Intimidate off again, and but actually Fire Blast missed, which I don't think it mattered that much. But I went for the Hit Power Ground, and it doesn't kill. And I get Stone Edged, and my Arcanine dies. Poor Arcanine, my poor fluffy puppy. Anyways, I go for an Ape Pump just to get the fake out, and just to try to kill. But he sends out his Regigigas and takes the fake out, of course, like a beast, because he's a freaking tank. And so just go for a taunt. I don't want to get Thunder Wave, Confuse Raid. And I know these guys usually have either Earthquake or Frustration or Return. And so I decided to switch out and go for my Toguro. I don't know if I U-turn. Yeah, I probably U-turned, yeah. And I went in my Toguro, and he actually has Frustration, which I think is a lot funnier than Return. He just hates his trainer so much that he just attacks with pure power. I mean, that doesn't really make sense to me. But it doesn't affect Toguro. I go for the Earthquake just to try to go for the kill. And it does go for the kill. Thank God that thing's dead. After the burn, of course. And so his Regigigas goes down. The shiny Regigigas. That's a pretty shiny Regigigas. Anyways, he goes for his Jirachi. I decided to go for a Will-O-Wisp. I'm about to go for a Pain Split because I guess I was epic prediction there. So because he has leftovers, I know he can use another move. Which since his defense bulky, I knew I'd be able to take anything that Jirachi could throw at me. So I'll go for another I go for a Will-O-Wisp to make his Jirachi completely useless. And yeah. And I'm pretty sure he switches out here. Yeah, he goes for a U-turn. It doesn't do anything. They're not very effective. And he goes into his Swampert. This Swampert is like makes this game so freaking long because of all the stallingness. And I went for the Earthquake just to try to do as much damage, but because Swampert's like, I'm Swampert, and it doesn't like the Earthquake. So he goes for a Stealth Rocks, and I decided to go for Elite Seed again. Actually, my bad, I go for a Seed Flare, yeah. And because at this point it was mostly death fodder. Because it's burned, it's not really doing anything. His trick is already off, so meh. So I take it out. The crit didn't matter. The special defense drop really did not matter at this point, but it was just overkill. I switch out, go for my Ambipom to take the fire attack or the close combat. And since my Ambipom goes down, I get to see that he has Life Orb. And I decided to go for Black Chrome, just a bullet punch, and to go for the kill. I knew it would be a kill because my Black Chrome's epic, and everything's better with Black Chrome. So, yeah. He switches into a Swampert again, and I switch back into my Yami Yugi. He takes the Stealth Rock damage, and at this point, he just frickin' roars like 50 million times. And he switches out my Toguro. I just go for a Will-O-Wisp. My Pain Split just to try to get some health back, because I know he would either roar or Earthquake. Actually Avalanches, which is kind of funny, because Pain Split is not considered an attack move. So it doesn't do jack. So I go for a Will-O-Wisp just to get some residual damage off and to cripple him ridiculously. And it's kind of funny, he switches into my Yamiyuki, which has him Power Grass. But I just gotta go for a Roost because I know he'd roar. And if it doesn't kill, I didn't want to ridiculously cripple my Zapdos. Because this is actually pure bulky Zapdos, I didn't want to like die. And that actually pays off in game. So I switches to my Toguro again. I just go for an Earthquake at this point, just to try to get some freaking damage on this thing. He's actually crippling my whole team with a Roar strategy. Yeah, he actually roars, goes to my Black Chrome, and at this point, he actually does not go for a Roar here. I go for an Earthquake, just do as much damage, predicting a Roar, but he actually goes for an Earthquake in return. And I'm actually able to kill him with a Meteor Mash, but Earthquake doesn't do jack, because Black Chrome's epic and he's Will-O-Wisp actually, which is the main point. But Black Chrome is just like, you're gonna die now. And I get the Meteor Mash off and I kill it, even though it's not very effective. But because of Black Chrome's bomb attack, he dies. So that's another one, Bites the Dust. And he goes for his Dragonite, and I'm like, Black Chrome doesn't stand for this thing. He wants to explode in this guy's face. He won't take no for an answer. He won't even take him to dinner. He just booms in his face. Too bad, you're dead. So his Dragonite actually goes down in one hit. So I'm at this point, I'm like, okay, it's 3 guys. He's already seen my 3 guys, but I have one guy I haven't seen. I'm like, Raikou. Oh shit. This Raikou, I knew he would Calm Mind. I know he wouldn't substitute. Just I know you try to sweep just right off the bat. I just went for Elite Seed, and I'm like, okay, I can Earth Power just to do as much damage as I can. I have to go with Earthquake. I can take it out, but he gets a freaking crit, which is really stupid. I'm like, why'd you get the crit? But my Toguro, I know I could take a Thunderbolt, even a Calm Mind Thunderbolt, unless it's Life Orb, which it's not. So I actually take it, I go for the Earthquake, but it doesn't kill. He actually has about 1/3 of his health left, and after Leech Seed, it does a little less. I go for a Shadow Sneak here, just to try to freaking kill this thing. But Raikou is bomb. I didn't know Raikou was this beastly. But he lives, and he goes for a Thunderbolt and he kills. I'm like, okay, my Yami Yugi, thanks to the Roost, he's at full health. He can take an HP Ice because I made him that bulky. So I'm like, Yu-Gi-Oh! And he takes the power, the heart of the cards, and takes the hidden power Ice with 33 health. Holy crap. I go for Thunderbolt. I didn't want to miss the Heat Wave. I didn't want to risk it. I didn't want to risk it at this point. And Leech Seed takes him out. Epic game, InnerBeast. Hope to play you again. Thanks for watching, guys. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Stay classy.